Hey man, doing pretty good. How about yourself? Yeah, it's tough knowing you're not locked into the main thing, but at least I have the advantage to learning some about the cars and the track combo tonight, and maybe whoever transfers can take that knowledge into next week and make something happen in the big show. And that's also no more too, right? Oh, nice. Yeah, that was it was tough. We had a pretty good race overall, though. With all things considered, the car, the draft package. Um, I personally didn't think it was that bad, but I still need to go back and look at it. So oh man, it just has a little different feel to it. Um, I don't know. For me, that big old dinner table that they put in front of the steering wheel there is kind of makes it feel like the car is bigger than probably what it usually is. I think they look better. The manufacturers look more distinct now. That's my opinion, I guess. But and another big thing, man, is trying to remember that those things have 5 gears. So that's you're in fourth and you red line and you're like, what in the world? And then you're like, oh yeah, these things have 5 gears. So yeah, I'm interested in seeing how they feel at a road course. Well, that's no good. Josh is fixing his headset right now, so whenever he gets that taken care of, we'll be back with you guys and look forward to some pretty good racing tonight.
There we go. Now we got volume. I apologize, everybody. I've been sitting here talking. and giving some info on the race, and you guys haven't been able to hear me, so I do apologize. I just did a Windows update and it changed all my drivers, so I do apologize for that. That is definitely on me. So, but right now we see Dave right now out on track. Look at that Winston car, pretty cool looking. No bull car right there. So let me go over the format again tonight. As you can see, these guys out on track in these next gen cars. It'll be interesting to see how these cars handle. This will be a 3-stage race. The first stage will be 10 laps with no cautions, and the winner will advance to next week. Stage 2 will be 30 laps with cautions on, no resets, and the winner of stage 2 will move on to next week. And then finally, stage 3 will be 10 laps. Cautions will be on, but caution laps will not count. The field will be inverted prior to the beginning of the stage, and the winner of that will advance to next week's All-Star Shootout. So it'll be interesting to see how these guys handle this car and this new car combination here at Michigan. See Dave right down on the bottom, trying to get every inch of real estate he can and trying to move himself up, and he moves himself up in the second place. And again, as I was mentioning before, a couple guys in here who are surprised to see in here. A couple surprise names. Names like Dylan Redding, Zachary Cox, Joseph Wright, Michael Lawrence, Michael White, previous winner in the iOS series. And this is anybody who ran in any of the iOS series, so the iOS ARCA Cup Truck Series, or anybody who ran in the Pelican Snowball Super Speedway Series. So anybody who is in those groups can come in and race here tonight, try to move their way into the All-Star race next week. See Nick Mather in the 16 Monster Machine out on track right now. Nick, another one who had an opportunity to win a couple races last year and just could not get the job done.
Yeah, for sure.
So right,
Nudi's also, well, no, Nudi's race control, ain't
yes, Root Nudie will be race control, so he's just gonna sit there and look pretty, as
I was
Nudie
about to say,
usually
well,
does.
I was going to say, that's not a hard task for that man.
If you've ever seen his calendar or his OnlyFans, you know that's for sure.
I'd also like to point out, I got kicked out of here tonight, but my replacement didn't show up, so I'm
So
here.
you're here.
I'm here for you, brother.
Brian, Brian Nudie in the chat gives me the LOL and the kissy faces. So
Oh, he loves you.
he does. Well, I have 3 subscriptions to his OnlyFans, so that's probably why.
There you go. There you go.
Nick Mather going to qualify 6th here. Because we got about a minute and a half left of qualifying. See if anybody else sneaks their way in here. Make that 4. Oh, man. I love these little all-star events and these little special events like that because we can have a little bit of fun up in the booth. Don't have to take it as seriously. Still gonna take it seriously though, but just kind of like
For sure.
me and Kinder the other night in the Joe Wright retirement race, had a little bit of fun up in the booth.
Yeah, that was a fun race to run too. So
That was a fun race. Joe, the super speedway expert, wanted to we wanted to show we wanted to show our appreciation to him, and put on a special race for him, which he almost missed because he didn't know
yeah,
about it. So if you haven't seen that, you can check that one out here on Intensity Broadcasting. You can find that live, or sorry, you can find that repeated, syndicated, if you will, on Facebook, on YouTube, and Twitch. And don't forget, if you haven't already, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. If you haven't, if this is your first time watching Intensity Broadcasting, we're here on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook, as well as eRacing TV. Don't know what eRacing TV is? Well, it's a free app that you can download for your Roku or your Fire Stick, and you can watch live racing almost 7 nights a week right on the big screen without having to log into your computer. So check that out. It's eSpace Racing TV, free app. Who doesn't like free things?
absolutely. If you don't like free things, there's something wrong with you.
Hey,
Everybody needs to go check that out and have all that racing at their fingertips.
for sure. My favorite saying is if it's free, it's for me.
That's right.
let's take a look at our starting grid. A bit of a small starting grid here, but that doesn't mean that's going to be small on action. Starting on pole tonight is going to be the 77 of Cameron Austin. Outside of him, the 84 of Dave Wright. Second row, you're going to find the 78 of Atlee Weiss and the 99 of Dylan Redding.
Yeah, in the 51, we got Zachary Cox. And in the 16, we got Nick Mather. Starting behind them is going to be the number 82, Joseph Wright. In the 09 of Michael White. And rounding out the field is going to be the 47 of Michael Lawrence.
Yeah, Cheeseburger starting all the way in the back here. And a little friendly competition, if you will. Some friendly words among friends before the race. Atlee said he's going to try to get himself into the race tonight, or into the race for next week. And Joe Wright said that he was going to have to beat him first. Well, it looks like Atlee's going to be starting third, and Joe's going to be starting way back in seventh. So,
it looks like Atlee's got him beat right now.
yeah, at the moment, yeah, Atlee's got him beat. And that, so we got to take a look at this paint job here.
Like it.
Atlee is in the process of trying to get some new sponsorship. We all know his love for Pelican snowballs. So Atlee trying to get the old sponsor me on the hood here. Trying to get his name out there.
Some stickers. He needs some Pelican snowballs in his life, guys. Come on.
Speaking of Pelican snowballs, did you see all the swag that Kyle Mays got?
No, I didn't see that.
So over in the Pelican room, so Kyle Mays won the Pelican Championship, got himself a nice Pelican Snowball t-shirt, a nice Pelican Snowball hat, and a bunch of tokens for some free snowballs from Pelican. So,
and there you go.
If we do get that league back underway, that's what you can look forward to. So check that out. Keep tuned for that. Also just heard in the Facebook chat here, Stephen Black. There's Stephen Black sighting. I heard Stephen Black didn't have internet, but yet he's able to tune in and watch the race tonight here. And he said he heard Brian Nudie sucks butts. I cannot deny nor confirm.
I was going to say that's been a thing going around the Discord. Him and Cody Moore. I heard that Cody Moore guy does too. I don't know. We'll have to see.
See, ironically, Stephen Black just got internet back just in time to watch the race. That's almost too perfect then. It's almost like destiny.
Planned, I'm telling you. It was predestined, for sure.
Must have been. So as the cars get ready here to do battle here at Michigan International Speedway. Again, the first stage here will be a 10-lap stage. No cautions, no resets. Winner of the stage will move on to next week's All-Star race. So here we go. Pace car's getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn onto pit road. I jumped the gun a little bit as they're still coming through turns 3 and 4.
Get good, boys.
There he goes. Now he's taking that left-hand turn. A lot of crap talking going on in the Facebook chat. Cameron Austin leads him down to the starting zone. Green flag is in the air. We are racing here at Michigan International Speedway. And already some 3 wide as Dylan Redding up on the high side. 4 wide racing in the back as Joe Wright forces in there, makes it through. And we got one around in the back. Already wrecking behind. Joe Wright gets through. Again, no cautions, no resets. Dylan Redding involved. Michael Cheeseburger Lawrence, the 09 of Michael White. Nick Mather caught up in it. Dave Wright able to sneak through. Got a little bit of damage, but able to sneak through there. Zachary Cox hanging on to the tail end. So we got a 4-car battle up front here as Cameron Austin's going to lead that first lap.
Tough right there.
Yeah, that's tough break for some of those guys, but an opportunity in the 30-lap stage to get back out there and make something happen. So 4 wide on the opening lap, kind of surprising, but at the same time, Oh, Joe right now making that big move to the inside on Atlee. And now he's going to try to make the move on Cameron Austin in the same corner. Here comes Zachary Cox in the 51. Coming along with Joe here. That's going to shuffle Atlee all the way to the back.
Man, he had a heck of a run.
And we see a little bit of side drafting going on back there. Atlee now in the back of the pack here, trying to use that draft to his advantage. Now he's going to look 3 wide down on the bottom. Atlee making the big aggressive move on the bottom side here. As they go into turn 3. Yeah, right there on Joe. As they go into the turn 3, they're going to clear Zachary Cox. It looks like Atlee might be able to clear Joe here off of turn number 4.
I was going to say, Atlee has a bet to win here.
As we know, as I was mentioning earlier, Joe said that Atlee's got to beat Joe to get into the All-Star race, and right now it looks like Atlee's doing a good job, although Joe's back out in front trying to run down Cameron Austin. And now Joe Wright with the big move down to the bottom here. Now tucks back in line. Use a little side draft. And a great power move there from that 82 machine. And here comes Atlee to follow him right along in his tire tracks. And I gotta say, Atlee having a great season in his real car too. Races Bandoleros down at Langley Speedway. A couple weeks ago, had his first podium finish. Last week, he ran down at Dominion Speedway, had a top 5. So now he's making a look down to the inside of Joe. Joe's throwing a little bit of a block now. It kills the momentum of that 78 machine. And you see Cameron Austin now back on the high side, trying to make something happen, as we're going to have 5 laps to go this time when Joe crosses the line. Atlee all the way down on the apron. And Joe doing what he can to try to block high and block low. Now Atlee's going to lose his momentum with the big draft on the high side. He's going to fall all the way to the back. And here comes Cameron Austin back on the high side. Little bit of help there from Zachary Cox. And now there's some side draft as these two come off the corner. And now Atlee back down to the bottom. Trying to make it 3 wide yet again.
Some good racing up front.
Fantastic racing. Like I said, might be small field, but not small on action. As the battle up front now between Cameron Austin and Joe Wright. Almost a little bit of contact between those two. Breaks the momentum, and here comes a big run from that 78 with a huge toe from behind. And I wouldn't be surprised, Eddie, if we see these guys cross the line 4 wide.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Now we're seeing almost like a super speedway here. We got them lined up 2 by 2. Cameron Austin now not quite able to clear Joe Wright. Joe has to go to the apron to avoid the 99 of Dylan. And that's going to give the lead to Joe.
That's crazy.
And now Atlee, about 0.4 of a second off of Cameron Austin. But you know what? I think right now Atlee might be in the place to be with that big pull that he's about to get down the backstretch. As I'm looking at speed-wise right now, Atlee is actually 2 or 3 miles an hour faster than this front group here, all the way in the back. And you're seeing the run that he's getting to catch right back up. And now they're all back in line. 2 laps to go. Cameron Austin now looking back to the high side. Joe Wright, though, maintaining that lead as they come through turns 1 and 2. Atlee doing what he can to try to send it here off of turn number 2. He's going to look down to the bottom, try to get a run here on Zachary Cox. Not going to happen. He's going to have to tuck back in line and see if he can set up another run here on this final lap. They come off of turn number 4. And when they cross the line this time, they're going to get the white flag, which is in the air. Atman up to the 3rd position, battling with Cameron Austin. Zachary Cox and Joe Wright fighting for the lead here as they rocket into turn number 1.
Yeah, I think right now, man, all that super speedway racing experience is going to come into play when they come off the corner here.
Yeah, Joe's going to keeps it low there on the bottom, throws the big block, kills the momentum of the 51, but this isn't a super speedway. You can go down below that white line and make the pass, but Zachary's going to try to get a little slingshot here. He backs off just a little bit, see if he can get the run off of turn number 4, and as they come off turn number 4, Zachary Cox knows he's not going to be able to get down there. Joseph Wright is going to win the first stage tonight here and transfer himself into next week's All-Star race.
Heck yeah.
So a great run from Joe. We're actually going to pull Joe down into the booth. Get a little word with him.
I would do it for you, Josh, but all my privileges were taken away. So,
Joe, you got Josh and Eddie in the booth. Got us?
Yeah, man.
Man, a little bit of super speedway action out there, using those skills that you find on the 2.5 mile tracks here to get the W here in the first heat. Man, how was the racing out there? And is that kind of what you were seeing? Was just a little bit of drafting ability to get yourself the win tonight?
Yeah, the side drafting totally came into play. It was fun. It was awesome. Man, I don't know what Dylan was doing. I think that was Dylan anyway. I have no clue what he was thinking on that. So I hope he listens back to this. And that was the most ignorant thing I think I've ever seen. So you gotta throw that out there. But awesome racing.
Take my question away.
Yeah. I stuck it on the apron though.
Yeah, you stuck into it. That was good. So did you learn anything that you might be able to use for next week?
Man, the side draft. Even if 2 cars are there, you have to side draft. You have to pull away, dump that air on those guys. And if they're on the outside, you're gonna have to run them up the track a bit to keep them from being able to get those good runs. So, yeah, it's all about, like you said, Josh, super speedway racing at its finest. This is how Talladega and Daytona should be in these cars. That's fun.
Nice.
But you can't get the runs at those places. But it was awesome. I had fun. Thanks to Intensity Broadcasting, Brian Nudie, the iOS SCSRA guys, all that. I'm stoked to be in the All-Star race next week. I couldn't get a win this week, or this season, but I got one today. So there we go.
That's all that matters. Well, again, congrats, Joe. You can go sit and watch the next 2 stages.
I'm actually
here.
probably going to sit in the booth with you guys and hang out if that's okay.
That's fine
That's
by
awesome.
me. Well, 3.
You're kicking it old school.
Now, does that mean if Atlee wins this stage that he's going to come up and join us too?
Well, we talked about it. Me, Dave, and him together. we had 33.3% chance of winning everything. So
That's true. That's true. So let me catch up here on the Facebook chat, because there's been a lot of chatter going on back and forth here. Let me see if there's anything I can read, I should say. Let's see. Dean Qualley says, "Hey, fellas." Stephen Black says, "I'll be here to beat Nudie next week." Nudie says, "I'm going to wall you." Dean Qualley says, I'll tell Jax to wreck you both. Avery Feller says he's got Atlee winning that race. Unfortunately, Atlee came up a little short, but he's got another chance here. Dean Qualley says, "Send it, Atman." And Dean also said, "Good win, Joe." So here we go. We're going to get ready for our second heat. This is a 30-lap event. 30-lap stage here. Atlee on the pole. Hits the gas, and he's back going here with a great push from Dave Wright as they go into turn number 1. Let's see if we can get a little bit cleaner here and survive through turns 1 and 2 as opposed to what we saw in the first race.
Yeah, Dave was pretty hot on the mic when that happened. I don't know what happened. He said something about Nick Mather or something got into him, but he was not stoked about that either.
Yeah, they were 3 and 4 wide towards the back of the pack, and that's what caused that chain reaction, as Dave's already fallen back a little bit right now, him and Atlee. So Zachary Cox, Cameron Austin, who we saw in the first race, kind of doing well. Nick Mather up there into the 3rd spot already. Atlee down on the bottom trying to get something going, but doesn't really have any drafting help right now.
You're right, getting some help there from Michael Lawrence on that outside. They're going to be coming. Dave's going to look middle here, but as they go down through turns 1 and 2.
Well, single file train action going on now here as they come down the backstretch. Again, this is 30 laps. Caution flags will be on for this race as Dave Wright makes the big move there on Nick Mather to move himself up into second place. And now he's going to set his sights on the 77 of Cameron Austin.
He's moving.
And Josh, once you're in that lead, it's hard for the guy behind you to get by. I'll tell you why. If you can put your bumper between his front bumper and your back one, I mean, if you can put yourself right in front of him, it just pushes you out in front of him. You have no chance. The problem is if you can get to that left or right quarter panel like you see Nick Mather doing right here, that pulls you back. But this guy in the front has the best spot. If he sees a run, all he's got to do is get in that line, and it's gonna just shoot him out in front of everybody. And that's what I was able to do toward the end of that thing. Once I figured that out, it was like as long as I stayed in front of the car that had the most momentum, it would keep shooting me out in front of him.
Yeah, for sure. And this is a long stage, 30 laps here, so there's a lot of stuff that they can learn here. And are they going to have to pit for fuel? That's the question. I don't know how much fuel they had in the cars tonight.
They had 100% fuel load, so they should be good for the 30 laps. Dave's dropped back to 6 now after being right there. And that's how fast you can get dropped out if you're just by yourself. Relying on that draft is major here, getting the runs.
Yeah, Nick Mather's making the pass for the lead here.
There he goes.
There he goes. Got a little help
He's
there.
got the help. Yeah.
Oh, he's got the big help from Michael White, and I thought he was going to leave Michael for a second there, but now he's going to move.
He's making some room on the inside.
Yeah, I was just watching Atlee just a moment ago. He's making, he's starting to figure out that slingshot. And I think that's a little bit of the Bandolero experience. I know that they do have quite a bit of draft and slingshot in those things. It looks like he's starting to use that to his advantage as we see Michael White now up to the outside to challenge Nick Mather for the lead.
And Michael White, perfect side draft through the center of the corner there. Nick's going to hit him, though.
Oh, hard wreck in the back.
Zachary Cox, Nick Mather. Is that Dylan involved?
Dylan Reddick was involved.
It was, yep.
And no caution. I figured the caution when he came out, I thought cautions were on for this stage.
They are, but they, there it is.
So I think manually had to throw a caution there. That's going to bring up our first wreckage rewind. And we were talking about the Atlee and those Bandoleros. Well, there he is, doing some wreck avoidance here at Langley Speedway.
That's some fine driving right there. I like seeing that.
Let's see if we can see what started this whole fiasco here. And it looked like a little bit of a side draft gone wrong between Nick Mather and Michael White here. Actually, it looks like Nick might have got loose and had to chase it up the track.
Yeah, that line can be treacherous if you're not paying attention to it, Josh. There was times where I felt a little loose off.
Yep. Came down, caught a little bit of Atlee there. I don't think Atlee's got too much damage there. Dave Wright doing a great job avoiding it. Looks like he's got a little bit of rear end damage from the car going up and over him. Dylan with quite a bit of front damage, but as we take a look at Atlee here, looks like just a little bit of right front damage, nothing to be concerned about. Same thing with Dave Wright. It's a little bit of right rear damage, so those two cars should be able to continue on, although they could go in. I know they can't get a reset, but they could go in and get some damage repaired if needed.
And if I'm Dave Wright, I'm going to go in here. There's not enough cars in the pack to really, make the pit a bad thing, right? Go get it fixed. Make sure that arrow's good. Get yourself back out there. And heck, even if you have a set of tires maybe in there, I don't know if they have tires or not. Looks like he's going to go to pit road here.
Yeah, Atlee as well, along with Cheeseburger. Actually, it looks like the entire field, minus Cameron Austin, went on the pit road. And Dylan Redding stayed out as well.
Yeah, with this being such a draft track, that draft being such a big part of it, I think I'd have probably went down and tried to get some optionals done too.
Actually, it looks like Dylan has a fresh car, so he might have actually used a reset. I didn't think they were using resets here. See the 51 still getting some damage repaired. Atlee getting some tires put on the car.
I think Dylan got lucky and net coded through that.
Oh, is that what happened? Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. D right back and rolling after getting tires. Looks like a little bit must have been too much damage. So he's back out there. Atlee gets all his damage and rolls off. He'll be restarting in 5th. And you said it, Joe. It's all about the side draft, it seems like. If you can get right alongside there and pull that car backwards that you're running with, it's all a thing. The experienced guys, though, are the ones that can, as soon as they start pulling that car back and they feel it, they can pull away from them, get away from them either to the wall or down to the apron, and not have them pull that same side draft back. And I think that's one of the things we saw last night in the Extreme Forces League was people were working the side draft, but then they weren't getting away from each other. And because they weren't getting away from each other, they were just dragging each other back. And that's when two cars side by side really started pulling, the field started pulling away from them.
Yeah, it was that way, but you couldn't get the run. Like, you don't pull the car back and get a run when there's 7 or 8 or 9 cars lined up, right? Here you have 1 or 2 guys lined up, and you might be able to get a little bit of a run going, and then the guy switches behind you. But when there's 9 or 10 cars lined up, and you're by yourself, or even with 2 or 3 guys, it's just not going to work. That was the problem at the Super Speedway stuff, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, the lights are off on the pace car. We're going to re-rack them, restack them, get ready to refire them here at Michigan. We're going to have Cameron Austin starting on the inside. He's going to be your control car with Michael White to the outside. Michael White with a bit of damage on the left side of that car. Hopefully that damage doesn't affect him too much. D. Wright and Atlee Weiss, a couple intensity broadcasters there in the second row with Cheeseburger and Dylan Redding behind. It looks like Zachary Cox, Nick Mather are still in the pits right now trying to get stuff fixed up. So we'll have to see if they're able to get back out there or if they're just going to wait for the final stage.
I don't know, man. If I'm out there, I'm going to try to get back out, and hopefully everybody wrecks, and I can part the seas and make my way into next week. If that's me.
Well, me personally, if I'm 5-6 laps down, I want to get out there and get the seat time. Figure out how this car is going to run in the pack. I know I'm not going to get the W, but maybe I can figure something out for next week as the pace car pulls off. Come down to the Geico restart zone. Green flag back in the air. We are back racing, and looks like Atlee might have spun the tires a little bit on that start. I saw him wiggling quite a bit and falling back. As Cameron Austin and D. Wright get quite the jump there on Michael White here as they come into turns 1 and 2. And that's got to be a bit of a different experience for you too, Joe, is having that sequential shifters as you're coming through the field here.
Yeah, so I qualified like crap because I didn't go into 5th gear. These guys are like, you can go into 5th gear in qualifying. I just didn't go into 5th gear. I don't know why. It was just natural habit.
Yeah.
And then I was like, in the race, I was like, oh, 5th gear. There it is.
See,
D. Wright closing in now on Cameron Austin. He's gonna look inside here. That. No, he looks high instead. And he's really gonna need to back this thing up, Josh, to Michael White, get a good run, and then make a move left or right, and hopefully the 77's not hip to where he's going and not able to block him. Because right now he's just pushing the 77 out with that bubble of air. He's just keeping him out in front of him.
Yeah, looking high, looking low.
There he is now. He's underneath.
Nobody's
going with him. Now he needs to side draft up right here. Oh, Cameron goes high. Dylan Redding leaving Cameron out is going to look middle.
Oh, man. That'll shake up the front a little bit.
Yeah, Cameron's going to fall all the way down to the back. And Atlee back there kind of just hanging out back there right now. I think he's got that little bit of damage. It might be hurting him just a little bit. Either that or he's just trying to feel out the draft here as Dylan Redding makes a move down to the inside. big move down there. Almost slides up into Michael White, and while they're
See how Dave just shot out of a cannon? He just blew away for about 3 or 4 car lengths. Now he's got to stop this run by Dylan, and before Dylan gets there, and it's going to push him out again if he does.
For sure, and don't forget, we are not at Daytona or Talladega as D-Ray pushes up the track a little bit, but he's able to throw the block still. That apron is fair game. I know you were blocking down on that apron there before, and I was kind of surprised that Zachary Cox didn't go below that apron and try to take it away from you. But that is fair game here tonight.
Yeah, it sure is, and you know, that's why I used it up on the last lap coming to the line. I knew that was the only place I was going to be able to get past coming to the line, but you just got to mirror drive. If you're the leader, you have to mirror drive, and you have to be ready for the runs, because there's about to be a run here in a second. I think from Cameron, Austin, and who is that? Michael White on the outside. They're going to get a good run here, and Dave's going to have to do something.
Natalie tries to force it 3 wide yet again, but just not able to make it work. Now Michael White getting that big toe from that group in front of him. And it seems like as long as you're 4 or 5 car lengths back, that's where that toe seems to be the strongest, it seems, from up here. Is Dylan Redding now taking a look down to the inside Dave Wright, but not able to make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, making that move in the middle of the trial like that's not going to do anything. You got to make that move off the corner. Dave's in trouble here. That side draft off the corner. He's going to pull him out. Yep, there he goes.
So he should have drifted up a little further before that run.
Yep,
Yeah, you got to block those runs.
Yep, they were just
big time.
3 wide for the lead, but Michael White, Cameron Austin now to the lead, and Cameron Austin now looking to the inside of Michael White. Michael White with that little bit of damage on that left door. I don't know if that's going to affect him too much, but Cameron Austin now looking down to the inside to take the lead here as they cross the line, and these two are going to be in trouble because here comes Dylan Redding with a huge run. But nowhere to take.
Too.
Yeah, nowhere to take that run though for Dylan.
He's going to shove Michael White to that quarter panel. Michael White side drafts off. He might have a chance at the front here. He's clear. Oh, only for a second though. Oh.
Big aggressive move from Dylan Redding there. As we were halfway in this stage. The laps clicking off quick here, and look who's now made his way back into this little group. Atlee right behind Dylan. Atlee showed some speed in the first heat. Oh, and the 09 was just loose. Oh, Brandon White up on his roof.
Atlee makes it through.
Atlee's going to take the lead as the yellow flag comes out. That's going to bring up another Intensity Broadcasting Wreckage Rewind. And I've never seen a car just get clipped like that and end up on its roof. Have you?
Jen, brother.
I mean, you just see that 09 just kind of rides right up the fender of the 99 machine and up on his roof. You see Atlee making the evasive move down to the apron. And
Dave actually tagged Cheeseburger there. Cheeseburger sideways, as you can see going through the screen there. Yeah. And he apologized to him right after that. But I guess if a car is slipping in front of you, you just turn left and pray.
Not much you can do. As we ride along here with Michael White, we can see just how much this caught him off guard. Just no warning, just right over on its lid. Crazy, crazy turn of events as Atlee now your leader with just 13 to go. And like you said earlier, now it's all about driving with your mirror here. As Atlee stays out, everybody else goes in.
Everybody else needs some damage fixed. That's why.
That's true. You see the 77 with scraped up door. Dave Wright, we know, had some damage to front and back. Dylan Redding with a lot of damage. Cheeseburger. Michael White.
Nudie shouted out Dave's paint job in the beginning of this thing, and I gotta agree with him. That's a pretty cool looking paint job. The Winston Noble car is pretty cool.
I like that too. It's very, very classic. One of my favorite.
Especially with it being an all-star race and all, it's kind of cool.
Especially that no bull front end. Let's take a look at that paint job too. There it is. Not the prettiest right now, as the front end smashed up, the back end smashed up.
A lot of guys getting damage fixed. They're on there a while, boy. I tell you what.
You know, when I first saw that car on track, Joe, you know what it reminded me of is the old like H-Ron Senna McLaren, you know, with the Marlboro paint job. But once I saw that it said Winston on the side, I'm like, well, that's still cool. I like it. And you'll see a lot of different paint jobs come up. You know, got a couple guys running some different numbers here tonight, just for the All-Star race. I know next week I'm giving up my my 81 that I've been running for 9 years, Joe.
Why are you giving it up?
For one,
it's sweet.
Just for the All-Star race.
Oh, okay.
And
that's okay.
Yeah, we'll be running the 9 machine, so go check that one out next week.
He just wanted to be around me.
Yeah,
that's a magic number 9.
That magic hat number 9 machine, so you'll see that next week. And you know what, Joe? What's going to happen if Atlee wins this race? Who's going to announce next week?
I mean, Dayton's just going to have to pick up the slack, huh?
Sounds like it. He might have to get O'Kinder over here.
Yeah.
Having a little fun with the pace car. Looks like Atlee and Dave are right now. And Atlee looks like he might be the only car on track that really doesn't have any damage on it. We know he had that little bit of right front, but it's nothing compared to the looks of that 84 or the 47 behind him.
Well, they're about to come to the green, aren't they, Josh? Or are they just coming out of 2? I can't tell. Yeah, they're just coming out of 2.
Yep, coming down the backstretch here. Lights are off on the pace car. We're getting ready to re-rack, restack, refire. Cameron Austin just catching up to the back of the field right now. Same with Michael White.
I wonder if Dave's going to just help Batman get to the finish here. That'd be cool of him. I doubt it, but I wonder if he will.
It makes me wonder.
Look for Dylan to make some aggressive moves too, so that's one to watch out for.
For
also.
sure. Just how much?
He's wanting to lock himself in.
How much is that damage going to play a factor here? That's the big
question.
It
didn't look bad on the last run, so I don't know. And Dylan's car doesn't look bad.
See Michael White catching up to the back of the field here. Pace car turns on the pit road. Atman's going to lead him back down to the Geico restart zone. Green flag is back in the air. And Atlee with a great restart off of Dave right here. Dave's going to tuck right in behind. You see Dylan Redding already trying to get to the outside of Cheeseburger Lawrence here.
Dave may have got a black flag there, Josh. I'm not sure. He was ahead of Atman when the green flag came out. I mean, he let him by before the line, but I don't know. That was close. Be interesting to see.
We'll have to see if he dives down on the pit road in the next lap or two, or what. I don't know if you have race chatter on, if you can hear him asking, pleading for that black flag to be cleared.
I have race chatter on, but he's not saying anything. So it must not have happened, but it looked close for sure. And these two are out. They're gone. If they stay tight to each other and don't race each other, they might drive away from those guys behind them.
And as you say that, here goes Dave Wright looking to the high side, trying to get his way around that 78 machine.
Oh, Dave, real loose off of 2. Almost turns it.
Yeah, and that's going to allow Cheeseburger and Dylan to catch up and pass that 84 machine. And now Atlee might be in trouble now.
He's definitely in trouble. He's gonna have to throw a wicked block here on Cheeseburger. He's gonna have to figure it out. Wow. Yep. Cheeseburger slides in behind instead.
Yeah, 8 laps to go here, and I think Cheeseburger might see that Atlee's a little bit cleaner as far as damage goes than the cars behind him.
I like the line that Atman's running, though.
Yeah, Atman's running that really defensive line. down on the bottom. Michael Provolt says, go Cheese.
Cheeseburger, a real life race car Legends driver, right, Josh?
Yep, a lot of these guys, the California boys, run real life down. You got Cheeseburger. Actually, no,
Merle Jr., Merle.
Cheeseburger runs go-karts.
Does he run go-karts? Yeah, that's right. He's the one that flipped.
Flipped the go-kart, yep.
Yeah.
Brian Merle
flipper.
Jr., Colton Kinsey. Colton had some really bad luck last week. His wheel broke and almost slammed into the wall. Right.
I just want to let y'all know you can't have a cheeseburger if it ain't flipped, right? You gotta flip it.
That's true. A little bump drafting now. Cheeseburger all over the back bumper of that 78 machine. And then Dylan gave Cheeseburger a little bit of a bumper too, and that propelled the 40.
Cheeseburger got the side draft here. He's gonna get by him.
Yeah, I was gonna say the 47 got propelled by just a little bit.
Maybe not. Now, if Atman side drafts him back here, he's got to get a good run into the corner, but he's got to get up there. It's too late. He's not gonna be able to do it now.
Yeah, because now Dylan's on the back bumper of the 47 to give him the shove through and move Cheeseburger out to the lead. But I don't know.
These guys racing brings Dave right into the mix here.
Yeah.
Sure did. He's back. And that'll answer your question about the damage, Josh.
Yeah, that answers every question. Oh, a little contact between Dave Wright and Atlee there, too.
I don't know that they made contact. I think he was saying it's side drafts and just lost a little bit again.
Yep.
He's a bit loose, it looks like. And here goes Cheeseburger down on the apron. Atman's going to follow him through. That's going to give Cheeseburger that great push out front here through the middle of 1 and 2.
Oh, and Dylan giving the business to Atlee there. Pitched him
Sure
down
was.
on the apron.
Atman hanging on for dear life, though.
Watch out, that man. He likes to pick on kids. Ask Jax.
And we know, again, Atlee has that experience in the Bandoleros. And I know down at Langley, they actually run that apron a little bit to get rotated through the corner.
Yeah, they get that left side on the yellow line and grip it up. Because that, if you ever walked a track, the yellow lines are super tacky. So you'll get a little bit of grip from them down there.
Yep, super tacky when they're dry, super slick when they're wet.
Yep.
Because we have just 4 laps to go here. Atlee, you know, honestly, in the way we've seen the passing going, as Dylan's taking a look down to the inside, but not quite there, I think Atlee might be in position.
I was just going to say the same thing.
Position.
Yeah. Especially if these two get to blocking each other here coming to the line.
Get that run and side draft, yeah.
Yeah, 3 laps to go here as they cross the line.
Dylan, to have any chance here, is going to have to back up to Atman, though, and really let him push him by. Otherwise, you're just not going to have the run to get to his quarter panel, especially if you just stay right behind him. Dave Wright coming back into the picture for the 5th time.
But with all that damage, I think he's just a little bit too loose.
Loose is fast, Josh. Loose is fast.
Yeah, but if you can't hold on to it.
Yeah, see, Dylan's just not going to be able to get the run he needs if he doesn't back up.
Yep, popsicle sticks in the air. 2 laps to go. And now Atlee's got that big run that we're seeing. And I think right now he just used that run to see what he had, to set himself up for this next lap. I think this lap's kind of a throwaway for him. He just wants to hang back there and get that run here off of turn number 4 and try to go.
Cheeseburger in defensive mode. He's holding that bottom line. He doesn't want to give Dylan any bit of space down there. There you go. You see him cut his nose. Dylan now looks high. Cheeseburger up in front of that. You just got to keep that bumper in front of him.
White flag in the air. 1 more lap to go here. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Dylan? Is it going to be Cheeseburger? Or is it going to be Atlee? Atlee quite a bit back now, but on the speeds, he's quite a bit faster than these two right now. So we're looking at live speed. Atlee.
Dylan would have had to have made a move already if it's going to work. It ain't going to happen.
Yep,
This is going to be Cheeseburger's race unless they wreck each other.
Atlee right there to take advantage if that's to happen. Oh, And they almost do a little contact there
It's not like
between the two. So they're coming down to the line. Oh, they do wreck each other. Atman down. Atman's going to win it.
What is going on?
Atman.
oh
You
my
said it.
goodness.
Atlee,
only way he
Atman
does it.
wins.
Let's go, Atlee. Who's gonna call the race next week? Dayton, get your mics, get your mic ready, D.
Let's take a look at. Oh, we can't take a look at that because it's already cycled through to the next heat. See if we can rewind. We're just gonna have to rewind it the old-fashioned way here. Sorry for no wreckage rewind here, but we want to take a look here.
Well, see, we get to see some awesome driving by Atlee anyway, so
Let's ride along with Atlee here.
that's what the wreckage rewind is.
That's for
Atlee
sure.
and Bandolero.
This is exactly what Atlee sees as he's coming off of turn number 4. And these two doing everything they can. They're both trying to win the race. Looks like Cheeseburger got a little loose there on the bottom. And yeah, they just came up into the side. And Atlee, just like he did in his Bandolero in the wreckage rewind, makes that aggressive move to the left to get himself the win here. And it looks like they're already getting ready to roll.
Atlee's in the waiting room for us there, Josh.
Yeah, we're going to pull him in. Whoop. Atlee, you got Josh, Eddie, and Joe in the booth. You got us?
Got you loud and clear.
Man, that was wild. I mean, that's the best way I can describe that. Coming to the line there, we literally said the only way Atlee's got a chance here is if those two wreck in front of him, and that's exactly what happened. What was going through your mind as you saw those two battling as hard as they were coming off turn number 4?
Well, I mean, we started on the pole for the second heat race, and we lost it. We fell to the back of the pack, and we were kind of hanging out there. And then I threw it 3 wide there when that caution happened, went back to the front, led for a little bit, and then we saw Lawrence get a great run to my outside, and him and Dylan were able to get clear of me. So I was just thinking, man, the only way, like you said, the only way I was going to be able to catch them was if they wrecked, and man, it happened. They were beating and banging, and I would have gotten caught in it, but I thought, what the heck, I'm going to throw it through the grass. So I said, we're going to do a pass through the grass. So I gave the lawn keeping people a little bit of help, and I flew through there, across the finish line at first. I mean, that was a wild finish.
Awesome, Atman. You're in the all-star race now. That gives us 2 out of the 3 in the field tonight. We need one more. D Wright needs to get it. He's got to stop wrecking, right?
Yep, we'll see what he can do. He was pretty strong there, but he got involved in that wreck. So, yep, we got to get Intensity Racing Team 1, 2, 3 here.
For sure. And are you going to stay up in the booth and call this last one with us here too?
Sure, and before I do that, I mean, we got to thank the real-life sponsors. One's Mexican Cafe and Cantina, Premier Heating and Air Services, LLC, Go-To Property Services, Dayton Wee State Farm Agent, Freedom Equipment Rentals, Sign Media Incorporated, Once Taqueria and Cantina, Bobby's Auto Service Center, Inc., Damon's Lawn Service and Landscaping, Body by D, The Movement, Drain Wizard, East Coast Synthetics, Snap Mobile, Smith Wraps and Graphics, Intensity Broadcasting, best broadcasters in the business, my Mammal and Granddaddy, Jonathan Mullet Racing. And then, of course, we have to thank the greatest snowball company in the world, Pelican Snowball, I mean, I had to plaster the sticker all over the car. Sponsor me, please. Just sponsor me.
Well,
Great job, Atman. Can you breathe now?
Yes, I can breathe.
All right, so we're going to go through the grid real quick. We got Nick Mather starting on the pole on this one. Zachary Cox at his outside. Michael White, Cameron Austin, Michael Lawrence, Dylan Redding, and Dave Wright. Now, Dave Wright, because he finished second in the last race, he's going to start at the tail end as the field was inverted from the last race. So we're getting ready to get green flag racing here. And I know we're up in the booth. We're trying not to be too partial, but I know we got D Wright on our mind trying to get him in here.
Yeah, so I asked D Wright while you guys were talking to Atman, what happened there with the getting loose? He said he only put 2 right sides on. That's what made him loose.
Gotcha. So here we
Good
go.
info.
Nick Mather down to the starting zone. Green flag is in the air. We are racing for this 10-lap final heat for the final transfer spot into next week's All-Star race. Again, this is 10 laps, inverted field. Cautions are on, but caution laps will not count.
I mean, look at this. Michael White, he got a great start there on the bottom, drafting behind Mather. Ooh, we see he almost makes
there they
contact.
go.
Oh, Michael White's around.
Yeah, all by
Caution.
Caution is out. Michael White all by himself. Doesn't hit anything, so it doesn't look like he's going to get any damage there.
They didn't even make it a lap. We might be here all night.
Yeah, let's see if we can get a little bit of a look here.
Boy.
Oh, yeah, it looks like just a little bit of contact there between him and Cheeseburger. I think he might have just trying to stay off of Cameron Austin, just came down the track. Luckily kept it shiny side up this time and just spins through the infield there on the apron.
Yep, tough break for Michael. I mean, he got a great start behind Mather, but I mean, the thing is, this field is so small that even if you do fall to the back, you can just get yourself back together and try to make your way up to the field with the draft.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw that earlier. I can't remember if you were in front of it or behind it, but Michael White, with some bad luck in the last race, just got tagged just a little bit. And instead of spinning out just like that, he actually went up and over onto the roof and slid down the backstretch on the roof. So that's why I said, luckily for him, able to keep it shiny side up.
You wanna start your Discord share again there, Josh?
Already on it.
Gotcha. So Nick Mather, the leader. Zachary Cox. Zachary looked good in our heat too. The first heat, he was there. Don't count him out. All these guys, man, they've all led some laps here already. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure every single person in this field has led at least one lap, whether it was in the first stage, the second stage, or here in the third stage.
That is for sure.
I definitely look out for Dylan. This being the last heat race to get in, I would definitely see him doing some things to try to make that happen.
Yep.
Yeah, if the wreck wouldn't have happened, he definitely would have won.
And I don't mean this in a bad way, in any way, shape, or form, but Dylan's probably the most aggressive driver out there, too. And I think the aggression's really going to be shown here as he tries to work his way from the back to the front.
I'm sure he's not very happy about what happened coming to the line in the last one either. So, you poke the barrier, you might get the claws. We'll see what happens.
For sure, he had tough breaks in the first heat race, the second heat race. He definitely does not want to have a tough break here in the third race. I think it's going to be pedal to the metal here for that number 99 Pelican Snowballs machine.
And Cameron Austin, too, really strong in the first heat. Showed some strength in the second heat. Got caught up. Got a lot of damage there. Well, starting third here, he's going to be restarting behind Nick Mather. I think that might be an advantage for him to kind of push Nick out to the front and then try to use the side draft to pull him back and get himself back up to the front.
Yeah, and Cameron Austin is from the Pelican Snowball Super Speedway Series, so he's definitely used to giving his competitors a push running in that Super Speedway Series. So this is kind of Cameron's specialty. He's used to running on these 2 miles and above tracks. We'll see what he can do here in this next restart.
So, Atlee, the most important question on our mind right now is who's broadcasting next week?
I'm kind of confused too. I mean, you're in it, Joe's in it, I'm in it. We'll figure it out.
I think
Eddie's in it. We can't even use Eddie.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think your father's gonna have to start getting those vocal lessons, and vocal cords set up here, and
Him and Mom might have to step up to the plate.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Couple quick chats I want to throw out here before we go back green flag racing. Dean Qualley says, hell yeah, Atman. Cassie Weiss says, way to go, Atman. Brian Nudie says, pass in the grass. And then we just had the bot squad roll in as Cassie Willems says, let's go Mather.
It was about time that the bot squad started to roll in. I mean, Nick Mather, he's in the perfect spot right now, restarting inside front row.
And as
he's going to... Go ahead.
We were talking about it a little bit earlier. I don't know if that's the spot you want to be in right now. Because right now it seems like the leader can be a sitting duck if you get a couple cars lined up.
Yeah, they can definitely gang up on you on that outside for sure.
I know you experienced that. Joe experienced that. I think everybody experienced that here.
Yep, we'll see what happens.
Well-
Zachary Cox on the outside. Let's see what he can do.
Yep, re-racked, restacked, getting ready to refire. Zachary Cox is going to bring him down to that Geico restart zone. As they approach the restart zone, green flag's back in the air. We're back racing. And a great start for the outside with Zach Cox there. But fortunately, Michael Cheeseburger not able to get a good start. So he's not going to have any help there on that high side. You see those 3 cars working on the bottom. That's Cameron Austin and Dylan Redding giving a big shove to Nick Mather. And as we saw before, as I said, let's see if Cameron Austin makes the move to the outside here to use a side draft. No, he's going to stay right tucked in behind as they rock it down the backstretch.
I don't know if Cheeseburger was late to the gas or missed a shift, but it looked like a super big hesitation or shift too early maybe. I don't know. It was interesting.
And Zachary Cox is not happy about that.
No, he was trying to get a good run there, and I think maybe he just mistimed the jump there too, and maybe he had to get off of it and then back on it. That can kill your momentum for sure.
Yeah, momentum is the name of the game here at Michigan. I mean, pretty much any track over 2 miles, it's all about the momentum. You lose it, you're going to lose all your spots. We see Dylan Redding, Cameron Austin takes it to the top, so now Dylan Redding, he's going to look low on the bottom, side by side for second. Nick Mather's loving to see this, as it's going to allow him to maybe try to pull away a little bit.
And look at the 84, David Wright now up into the 4th position. The huge run that he just had got around Zachary Cox. And those two are running side by side. He's going to take it all the way down to the apron here. No, he's going to give a shove to Dylan Redding. I thought he was going to jump down to the apron, Joe, trying to get around him there.
I mean, I'd push Dylan out front. I'd stay right behind him until the last lap. That's what you got to do to win this thing. Either that or get in front of him and be able to block him. But he's a tough guy to block, especially when he's got all his friends around him like they do right now. Dave's kind of like the lone wolf out there right now.
Oh, Nick Mather, almost a little contact between him and Dylan. Oh, he turns Dylan! Dylan gets turned hard into the inside wall. Nick Mather involved as well. Nick hard into the outside safer barrier on the backstretch. Caution flag is back out. This is good.
Nick Mather jumping to the pits.
Yeah,
Dylan did
he's
as
hurt
well.
for sure.
Those two with some hard contact there. And I know you're enjoying that. You know what? The record rewind right now looks very similar to what just happened at the end of that race.
Yeah, for sure. Wait, you got the at Luis Records rewind.
We do. So
Nice.
let's take a look at this from the blimp here, or from the chopper view. Kind of see what happened as we see. We see Nick just push up the track. I thought maybe he thought he was clear, just wasn't clear there. And it actually pulls him around at the same time, trying to get off of him. Dylan makes hard contact with that inside wall. Then Nick slide. I thought he was going to be okay sliding through the infield like this. But then comes back and catches the outside wall just a little too hard.
I'm like trying to figure out why Cameron Austin is marked as the leader.
I know, I just noticed that too.
Yeah, well, it's the last lap, right? Because they're in the heat races with the caution laps not counting.
So it went by scoring loop. So
No.
Oh,
when you do the heat,
it is the last lap not counting.
Yep.
You're correct. So
if it was scoring loop, it would have been D right. He was he was ahead of Austin through the first 2 corners and down the backstretch. But it's the last lap because that lap that they're on does not count.
that is correct. So
We lost Nick Mather and Dylan Redding, both of them mainly disconnected.
I'm sure neither one of them are too happy with each other, and I'm sure if we watch the chat here, we might see some not too happy words with each other. Well, you know who this is a great break for right now is the 84, Dave Wright. I mean, he's going to be restarting second. He's going to have a little bit of help with Cheeseburger behind him. I know Cheeseburger didn't get a very good jump off last time, but it doesn't mean that he can't have a good jump this time. And
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what he can do. I mean, I don't know. We know I saw it. I mean, the outside can definitely work for sure. And I think if Cheeseburger, if he can get a great start behind Wright, then they're going to be like a rocket to try to get by Cameron Austin.
And Zachary Cox back here as well. He's still clean right now, and he could be a player in this as well. Getting that big giant run from the back. So a lot of different strategies and a lot of different outcomes could come here, as we're going to have just 4 laps to go when we restart here.
Yep, I'm excited to watch Zachary Cox sitting there in that last spot here on this restart and to see what he's going to try to do here sitting in last. Last is kind of the best spot to be in my opinion, in this small field, because you can get onto everybody's draft and make some smart moves. You can get up to the front really quick. I'm excited to watch what Zachary Cox can do here.
Well, lights are off on the pace car. We're going to re-rack them, restack them, refire them here with just 4 laps to go. I'm sorry, 7 laps to go. I thought that was lap 7. My dyslexia kicked in. I do apologize.
Did you say Listexia too?
I'm sorry, dyslexia.
Man, oh man.
Gotta have a little fun, Joe. Come on, a little fun.
I know.
Bear with us, folks.
I'm glad you picked. I'm just glad you picked up on that.
That's funny.
I've been saying that for many, many years, and very few people catch that. So I'm glad you did. And
Are you blinking too?
yeah, everybody
All
just.
the cars are blinking.
Yes.
Everybody
Oh,
is.
no.
It's dropping everybody. It's happening for me as well.
All right, so it's not just me. Bear with us for a second, folks. I do know, living in Massachusetts, a big storm did just come through my area not too long ago. I'm checking to see if it's hitting the iRacing area right now, which, they looks like they're getting a pretty big storm right now. So
Looks like it's settled
We're
down
good.
now.
We're good.
they re-threw the yellow.
Yeah.
They must have, yeah.
Yep, we're good.
Holy moly, that was pretty nuts.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that before. That was wild. I definitely think, though, it's probably because of that storm at the iRacing headquarters.
Yeah, it
kind of
looks like
messing
there's
things
definitely a storm there at the iRacing headquarters.
Yep, for those of you who don't know, iRacing headquarters is located in Massachusetts.
Just outside Boston, just south of Braintree. So where there is quite a big cell right there at the moment, but looks like they're everything's settled back out. It's a wonderful thing about the internet is it's unpredictable.
20% chance to win for all 5 of these drivers.
There
Just
is
saying.
a 20% chance. There's also a 20% chance that someone might not even make it to the end here.
That is true as well.
That is true. Yep. Here we go. Cameron Austin on the bottom, Dave Wright on the top. Behind them, Michael White, Michael Lawrence. Can the two Michaels give their respective people in front of them a good push? Let's see who gets the better one here on this next restart.
And watch for Zach Cox here, maybe to make a big aggressive move to the high side here, all by himself.
He's the key to this whole play right here because the 3 cars are going to have more chance at this thing than 2 of them.
So
Again, another bad start for Lawrence.
D. Wright timed it perfect. He's right there with the 77.09 now. A little bit of side draft on Dave's rear quarter panel. Nothing happening there. Dave Wright still able to hang with the 77. Too far up the hill, though. We'll see what they get off the corner. Might be a good run.
Actually, I think that might be a good run for Dave as he stays way up there, trying to get that thing wound up the best he can to get a good run down the backstretch and use that draft to his advantage here. And there he goes.
It's getting dicey.
Good call, Josh.
It's the experience of the super speedways, Joe. And now he's using that draft right now. He's going to look down. I think he might actually push Cameron Austin here for a lap or 2.
Negative.
No, he's going to go right to the front.
High draft, baby.
He said,
Wow.
I may have
Wow.
slid into his DMs during the break and gave him a couple of
Good,
heads
like
up.
pointers.
It's my brother. Gotta help him out, right?
Yeah, for sure. And wow, yeah, he's starting to run away with it because it's side by side for second. Let's see, Michael White, he's able to get clear for second. Man, so in just a snap, Cameron Austin has fallen back to third, and we see Cheeseburger and Cox are beginning to catch him as well.
And D Wright starting to use the mirror to drive a little bit. He's got Michael White now to his outside. And Michael White trying to use that side draft. Here comes
Michael
Cameron.
White with no help, though.
No, but here comes Cameron
Cameron
Austin.
goes up.
Yep, Cameron and Zach Cox.
Three
now.
wide.
Three wide. D Wright got a little side draft off White, pulled him back.
What's Zachary Cox going to do? Because, again, he's going to be the big piece of the puzzle here as they come side by side down the backstretch.
Give through out a shove.
Wow, White got a great run on the outside from Austin, but he couldn't quite get clear. That's going to hurt that 09.
Man, half a car length at the line. We got some tight racing at the front, and Cheeseburger feeling like Atlee at Man Weiss right now, just hoping these guys take each other out.
Yeah, we got 3 to go, boys.
Yeah, it's go time here. Not like it wasn't already for these drivers. Every single lap counts here in these next-gen cars, because the first lap sets up the next lap, then the next lap. Every single lap sets up the lap before it. Your decisions that you make. Oh! Saw a bump there from Dave Wright, pushes White all the way up the track. That's going to slow him down.
Yeah, it looked like White was trying to do a side draft, and he just got a little too low, made the contact. And we saw last night, Dave Wright isn't very particular with people coming down and dooring him, as he'll give it right back to him.
Oh! Dave Wright into, Lawrence into the outside wall, wrecking. He misses hitting everybody else. I do not know if the caution is going to come out. It was only a one-car incident, so I'm pretty sure it won't.
As we got 2 laps to go here, and now Cameron Austin with a little bit of a comfortable lead off of Zachary Cox. And Michael White here trying to, white flag in the air.
White flag.
Dave Wright is in the Atbird seat right now.
Yeah, he's going to have the run.
It's going to take a lot here, man. They're going to have to get side by side for something to happen. Here they go.
It's going to get wild here.
Zachary Cox is looking hard.
Looking
Nowhere
high,
to be.
Yeah, looking high, looking low. Again, that apron is not out of play, so we'll have to see what he does here coming off turn number 4. If we see another incident like we saw in the last race.
It's going to be hard. Kenny, let's see Zachary Cox down low.
Not going to happen.
Cameron Austin's going to get the win here.
Wow.
Zachary Cox, the bridesmaid again.
And Dave Wright gave it all he could. We thought he had a good shot at it, but unfortunately comes up a little bit short. But Cameron Austin, the super speedway expert coming from the Pelican Series, gets the W here in the final transfer spot for next week's All-Star race. Man,
Wow, I mean, go ahead.
I was gonna say that was wild. Cameron already in the waiting room. Let's pull him down and talk to him here. Cameron, you got a whole list of guys in here. You got Atlee, Josh, Eddie, and Joe in the booth. You got us? Cameron's going to do his burnout before he talks to us here.
Yeah, I got you guys.
Man, celebrating a very, very hard, well-earned victory here. I know you were really close to it in the first heat. Second heat was taken away from you as well. And able to get it done here and transfer in the final spot. How much did that super speedway experience from the Pelican Series translate over into the race here tonight?
It was definitely helpful. It was hard with these cars because on the super speedways you get such a run with them that this turned out to be pretty much a mini Daytona.
Yeah, man, I raced with you in the first race, and that side draft was wicked. We were able to pull each other back and forth and really give a run at it there. I don't know what happened to you. I don't know where you ended up in that first heat, but great job here in this last one, getting it done.
Thanks. Yeah, took 3 tries at it. Felt that was pretty close a couple of times, but made it, so that was all that counts.
Heck yeah, man. So how do you feel towards the actual All-Star race next week? How do you think your chances are? after having this experience?
After this one, I was pretty good here. I mean, felt better than I expected, being that I haven't ran the next gen car very much, and especially not here. So looking forward to it.
And is there anybody you would like to thank, Cameron, before I let you go?
Thank you guys for putting this on, and it's been a lot of fun.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on transferring into next week's All-Star race. And I know everybody sitting here in the booth will be on track with you next week. So we look forward to getting down there and getting to the nitty-gritty with you next week.
Sweet. Thanks, guys.
So there you have it, your final qualifier tonight, Cameron Austin. And man, all three races tonight were absolutely wild. And I don't think we could ask for any better racing tonight than what we saw.
Yeah, it was awesome. I thought it was sweet.
I
The first one was the best one, of course, but then we got to watch Atlee come away with the W. D Wright having a good run, but coming up short. Man, tough luck for Dylan Redding. Those guys, they give it their all. Man, I'm saddened that those guys won't be there next week, but also just one less guy we got to race against, right?
That's right.
Yep.
That's for sure. And I know, Atlee and Joe, this question is going to be the best for you. How did tonight's racing really going to help you for next week? Do you think that's going to really help you translate over to the guys like myself and Eddie who haven't got any seat time yet?
Yeah, I think the experience definitely helped. This was the first time that I ever raced next-gen cars here. I mean, I did the next-gen cars last season at Chicagoland, and it was pretty much the same with the draft. This is my kind of racing. I love full throttle, but not too much of a draft like Daytona and Talladega. It's exactly like Bando racing for me at Langley and Dominion and stuff.
Yeah, I think just being careful of when you lift and how much you lift out of it, and take in when you can, because man, if you don't take it, if you're too timid, you saw the 51. Zachary Cox had the opportunity both with me and there at the end of that, just not finding the right speed or the right angle to make that run on either of those first or last heats. You got to take it when you can. You have to go get it. You have to be aggressive, and the most aggressive guys are the ones that are probably going to win next week. So
Yeah, and it's funny you said that, Atlee, because I think I said that in the second heat, that Bando experience is actually paying off for you, because it's exactly what you do in the Bandos with that draft and the momentum and time and things.
Yep, for sure.
Well, I think that's going to do it here on Intensity. You've got Josh, Joe, Atlee, and Eddie in the booth. And before we let you guys go, I see Brian Nudie just jumped down into the waiting room.
Let's pull him in.
yeah, I want to thank him for all he's done for getting this SCSRA league going, and also getting this all-star race out there. It's awesome job by him and all the guys over there they're making this thing still continue on and work, even though it's rebranded into something a little bit different, but it's going to be awesome.
All right, let's pull him
Absolutely.
in. We've got the man, the myth, the legend himself, Brian Nudie. Brian, you got Josh, Atlee, Eddie, and Joe in the booth. You got us?
I got you guys. What's happening?
Man, as the owner of this league, you got to be happy about the performance that you saw on track tonight.
Yeah, it was an awesome race. Small car count, but everybody was really aggressive. Definitely Atlee's pass through the grass was definitely probably the highlight of the whole thing. That was pretty awesome. And yeah, I'm looking forward to next week. I think next week's going to be pretty intense, but the one question I have is who's going to announce next week?
Yeah, we're
We're
trying to
rooting for
figure out
Dayton
the
to jump
same
in.
thing, Brian.
We're wanting Dayton to jump in, so we need everybody in the little chat right now to chant for Dayton.
Well, we
Cassie,
remember
get
what
this
happened
chat,
last time he did it.
Well, you got D Wright. He can help out.
He can.
Didn't make it in, and then you also got Dylan Redding. He didn't make it in. He can
Yep,
probably
you're
help
right.
out too.
We just need a producer. We need a producer in the house, though.
Yep, Dave can host Dylan number 2.
There we go. We'll get this figured out for next week. But yeah, Brian, I think this is a fantastic setup to the All-Star race for next week. And again, can you remind everybody what the prizes are for next week?
So the winner for next week will win $30. That's as of right now. If we get more sponsors, we'll bump up the winning price. But right now, it's $30 for the winner.
Awesome.
Nice.
So little extra money at the side, plus a little bit of pride, being the first winner in the SCSRA would go a long way as well. So we're looking forward to seeing how next week's race goes. I know.
Actually, Josh, I already have that crown, bro.
No, that was a heat race. That wasn't an actual race.
Yeah, no, that's no.
No.
I
Well,
won.
technically, no, because they've had street
That was
stock
the
races,
first
so-
sanctioned event. Nope.
Yeah,
I don't
they've
care.
had street stock
Street stocks don't count.
No, the second race. All right, we got to.
Oh man, we're gonna have to go off the air now because we're gonna have to get some hashing out here. But
Right.
Brian, we do, like I said, we do appreciate everything you've done. I know Joe had some kind words for you a minute ago, and I think he's gonna repeat them now.
Oh, I am.
Yeah, you are.
Yep,
Oh, okay.
speech.
No, I was just saying I want to thank Brian for continuing this good thing on with SCSRA, and rebranding it and doing a great job getting it going again. It's going to be a great season all the way around for both for the broadcast and also just for the league in general. So great job to you, my man.
I agree.
Thank you very much.
Well, so that's gonna do it here on Intensity Broadcasting. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe. Here, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. Follow us on Twitter at Intensity Broad 1. Allie, what we got going on tomorrow?
Tomorrow we are going to have the Thunderstruck Super Series. I believe this is race number 4 or 5. I don't know, but it's going to be wild short track racing with the super late models. You do not want to miss that.
For sure. And then Friday nights start up in 2 weeks at the 24th at Daytona in the original Rebels Xfinity Series, Extreme Xfinity Series. Don't forget to watch the Send It Cup on Saturdays, the truck doubleheader on Sundays. So live racing going to be back to 7 nights a week here pretty soon. So check it out here on Intensity Broadcasting. For everybody here, Joe, you got something?
And don't forget to tune in next week when me, Josh, and Atlee go 1, 2, 3 in the All-Star race because Nudie ain't gonna win.
Wait, what?
What about Eddie? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey.
Oh, sorry, Eddie. Forgot about you.
Yeah, I see. I get kicked out of the booth, and now I'm being forgotten about. Like, what
We
the
got to
hell?
wrap this up.
All right. Again, well, Allie, why don't you take us home?
Yeah, thank you everyone for watching the broadcast. I'm Atlee Atman-Weiss on behalf of the entire Intensity Broadcasting team. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time. Over.